Hey, it's your best podcast. Get ready, because we're going to be talking about making money with your money, honey. It's me, Teemaree, your best life coach, and this is your best podcast where, of course, all of your best gets delivered. So definitely sit back, enjoy, get ready to talk about making money with your money. Now, if you've been listening, which definitely you should be, then you know that we just came off of a really dynamic episode last week about wealth building and estate planning. And so, there are lots of avenues, and we kicked it off there in that episode. And now we're going to dive into all kinds of avenues where we can make money with our money. Now, this is hugely important. As your best life coach, I like to keep it 100% authentic and real with you. And the truth is that we don't come into the world or grow up knowing about this as a reality, as a path to wealth. Many people, many of us come into the world thinking that if we work hard enough, we will make what we need and everything's going to be okay. And I'm here to tell you that we do need to work toward what we need and want. And we do need to work hard. There are times when we need to work hard. But that is not the full picture. We need to grow into being able to make money with our money. Because when it comes to wealth, when it comes to financial freedom, when it comes to really enjoying life and feeling secure with money, there are a whole bunch of strategies that are not common, but that are absolutely important. They are necessary, and they are what wealthy people, what rich people, what financially secure, what financially free people do. And so as your best life coach, I'm here to break it down for you and to grow with you so that you can have the good life, so that you can live your best life, and so you can start to utilize this. Because when we are working for our money, and that's the only money that we're getting, that source is limited in what it can do and how long it will last. And so we just kind of got to keep on working, right? And it's hard to break into having more. So what we're going to talk about today is making money with your money. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. It is possible, and it's just something to learn. And, I have my own personal experiences with this. And that's why I help my clients, specifically in my business coaching programs, to learn about this, okay? To really learn and dive in. So here's the thing. Firstly, we want to look at a couple of things. The main key to being able to make money with your money is the mindset around it. Now, this is huge and it's important. And I know it's going to sound woo-woo at first, like, hey, okay, we're going to have a mindset conversation. But no, this is really important because there are certain avenues and strategies when you're looking to make money with your money, that if you have the mindset around money that isn't healthy, you're not going to be able to engage. Okay, so woohoo! This is a huge gem that you really got to wrap your mind around. So I'll give you some examples so that you can start to really kind of assess where you are in your thinking around money, so that you can start to then get help around your thinking around money and start to uncover those things that are going to get in the way. Okay. So first thing, if you feel that it is bad to have large amounts of money, if you feel that it's bad to have large amounts of money, if you feel that it is lazy or wrong to make money without working really hard for it. I'll say that one again. If you feel that it's lazy or wrong to make large amounts of money without physically working for it. Okay, that's another mindset that gets in the way. If you think that there is something crooked or wrong or unethical about utilizing the financial strategies to have your money go farther, if you just feel like there's something weird about that or wrong, or it's unacceptable, or it's shady or cheating or things like that, then mindsets are going to get in your way. They're going to get in your way. And that's not what you want to experience, because when it comes to making money with your money, we're talking about entering in to a way of operating where you're taking your money and you're making choices with your money so that your money can multiply, right? So if you have beliefs and feelings about that kind of thing, you will not allow yourself to engage in those types of practices. Now, I am not talking about anything that is illegal or wrong, or because there are actions people take that are illegal and wrong, right? I'm not talking about those types of things, but I am talking about legal, often used actual strategies for wealth building, for financial freedom that are accessible to us when we learn about them, only if we can get over the mindsets that cause us to not engage. So that's the first very important thing that I want to break off just immediately, because that is truly the foundation. I'll give you an example. Okay. So I've had clients in the past that need to do everything themselves. They need to do everything themselves. They're in a thought process that tells them that only they can do it that good or well. They're in a thought process that tells them that they are the best at what they do, so it's got to be them. Or they're in a thought process that says, hey, it's lazy to get help. I've got to do this. No self-respecting person is going to pass off this work. I can do it. There's a strong feeling around that, values around that, passion. And look, I get it. I get it. There are times when we do feel like this is the way that I express, I'm proud of this that I'm doing. I like to do this. I want to provide this service. It's a way that I give, or a way I show love, or a way I take care of something. I understand completely. But when it comes to making money with your money, if you have those types of thoughts, then what's going to happen is certain strategies to make money with your money, like getting help, like hiring people, like, allowing yourself to let go of the control so that you can then actually focus on other things that will make you more money. You won't let yourself do those things. Or you may be thinking, oh, because I have to do it and I have to work for this, then I'm not going to engage in investment opportunities because I need to work. I need to do the work to get money. You're going to be in conflict around that in your value system and in your thoughts. And then you will not allow yourself to learn further or learn more. You're immediately going to write it off. I've had clients that have been in that situation. And so as we work together to open up to what is possible, to see where those feelings came from, to figure out what the true desires are today. And if things match, then we start to move away from those things, depending. It's always depending on what you really want out of life. So for me personally, I definitely experienced this. I've come from, I'm a first generation American. I come from immigrant parents that came here. Everyone around me worked for money. There was not a lot of money. It was definitely no thoughts or talk about investments or wealth strategies or asset protection or financial growth. No, it was about we work to get what we need and to try to build what we have. And it was very hands-on. And so I have a lot of respect and love. I see the power in that, but that is limited. That is often limited, and it's at a great cost, because what happens is we only have so much output we can give as humans with the time, with the other restraints that we have, family, continued education, what we need for our health, whatever our homes or other attention that we need to put elsewhere. So as I was growing into a desire to want to have more and learning about, well, there's more out there. How do I get it? How do I get more? How do I make more out of what I have? I started to become aware of exactly what I'm sharing with you right now at the top of like, wow, my thinking, number one, needs to change. Because as I was getting more financial education and I was getting more wealth building information, then I was very, very, very disturbed with how many things I actually had judgments against in the beginning. So this is a very real thing, and it's something that can be worked on. But the very first foundation is, what are we thinking about money and what our money can do, and about our ability to kind of let go and let other strategies take place. So new thinking is required. It is required. And I'll tell you something, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So for example, there might be the first mental upgrade that says, okay, I'm open to either learning or open to accepting different paths. And then we continue the upgrades, because as we learn about the financial strategies, all kinds of things come up. Fear, worry, suspicion, continued judgments around what that means about us, and so on. So it's a marathon, not a sprint, but definitely new thinking is required, and an openness to learn and let go. Now, why do we want to make money with our money? Because this benefits us. I spoke a little bit about the limitations that we have when the only way we get things is by us doing. Okay, there are only a certain amount of hours in the day, and there's only so much we can do. Meaning, when we trade our time for money, then we've traded that time that we can't get back and we can't do anything else during. Then we get that money, but we have output. We have things that we already have promised on. Rent, mortgage, car, food, utilities, hopefully savings plan, additional things we pay for. Are there kids? Is there a spouse? Do we take care of anyone in our family? Is, continued education, whatever is the output. Now that's okay. So what's left over, and how far can we build that? Okay. We're constantly at the mercy of inflation, what's happening in the marketplace, what's going on. So even that limited supply, then there's taxes, there's other things that, again, portions are being taken out on the regular. So it becomes a limited strategy to try to build wealth and build financial freedom that way. There has to be something else. So we want to go ahead and start to think about the reasons why and how it benefits us when we allow our money to make money on our behalf. We're essentially making employees out of our dollars. Woohoo! Okay, so we are allowing our money to then go to work for us in some way. And there are various strategies for this, okay? But that's the point. So there are strategies in which we employ other people. We get help by other people to do things. So then we use our mental output to then be able to do more or take higher swings. For example, you run a business. Maybe you're really great at getting contracts, but you're very busy with all of the work that your business takes. So you've reached a cap. You can't get more contracts, even though you're talented at doing so, because you have to fulfill the work as well, and you're capped. So in this case, you may pay out service money to get bodies, to get human beings to help you to do the work of this. So then you take your mental output to then earn more money. But what I'm talking about here is a strategy in which your dollars are being sent out as employees by using different avenues, different investment strategies, different wealth building strategies to then now your dollars are going out and they're multiplying themselves on your behalf. But again, new thinking is required at every stage of this, and a willingness to learn. And why we want to do this is because then we help ourselves with the inevitable limitation that we face when we're just trying to do more work to try to get more money and do more work. And I am not telling you that work is bad, wrong, or anything like that. It is important to work. We need to work. We need to go to work. Okay? That's it right there. No matter what you're doing, you could be working from around the world, working from home, working from your bed, working physical labor, working with your mind, working creatively, but no matter what, it's work. Okay. So no one here is against work. We love to work. We want to work. We want to multiply our gifts and bring them out into the world. But we're talking about how to help ourselves to be smarter. And one of the ways that we go to work is by putting our dollars to work with us so we can have financial freedom and we can build wealth. Okay. So this is not just for rich people. All right. This is not just for rich people. I want to tell you right now, I always keep it 100% authentic with you as your best life coach. And this is not going to change here. All right. So I gave you a little bit about my background. I'm a first generation American. I come from immigrant parents who came here to this country. And so there was no talk about, hey, we were not fancy. Okay. We were not fancy. There wasn't extra money. A lot of times it was pretty lean and, we had what we needed, but it was lean. So I'm telling you this because a lot of times there are attitudes and there are cultures where, we have deep feelings about wealth and what we think is for us and what we think is for wealthy people. Okay. And I'm not putting that belief on you. You might not hold that, but I know a lot of people. I've come from people. I was a person that felt this way myself. And I work with clients that sometimes feel this way, where they feel that's too much, or that's for rich people, or that's for another type of person, but not for me. I'm here to tell you that this is not just for rich people. As a matter of fact, if you want to be rich, this is for you. But if you also just want to be comfortable, okay, if you want to be comfortable and not lean and not just kind of getting by, this is for you. This is a way for us as people to have more stability, more comfortability, more breathing room. All right. And we want this in our lives. So this can make a big difference. This can make a big difference, and we'll explain some of the differences it can make. All right. When we put our money to work for us, we are able to start creating a gap between that limitation that we feel, that kind of cap, that kind of ceiling in terms of what we can earn and how much time we have in a day. But more happens as well. So when our money goes to work for us, what ends up happening is now we end up earning more money without having to work more, like physically work more, like work more labor hours or work more job hours. And the reason why that is important is because we talked about the limitation, okay, of time, but then there are also financial limitations. So if we know we earn X amount of dollars, we talked about the overhead, the cost, the already promised money that's going out to pay for things that we need. Then there's that maybe cushion that we're trying to create by saving. Okay. But then what happens? Life happens. So something happens. Now you have children that want or need to go to college and you want to be a part of that. Hopefully not, but maybe there's an illness and someone can't work the hours that they usually work or something like that, or money needs to go out to pay for someone's health, or something happens in the home. A repair is needed, or the car needs attention, or we simply want and need to upgrade something. We want to upgrade our technology. We want to upgrade our car. We want to upgrade or need, new clothes or new supplies or new resources or something of that nature. And so now that cushion is constantly being tested and it's difficult to build. But the benefits, the difference that putting our money to work for us can make is that now we have extra help, right? Our dollars are our employees. So we're working to build the cushion and the dollars are working on our behalf to build the cushion as well. And this now becomes a really wonderful partnership that then starts to create more cushion without more hours being needing to be output. So it's a huge difference in what we start to experience in life. Now we're starting to feel comfortability on the day-to-day. Now we're starting to be able to handle better some things that may happen in life or prepare for them. And now we're starting to feel a level of confidence and security around our money and around decisions we can make that lead to better as well. So those investments for the money and also investments in ourselves by making ourselves better, by getting more education, by being able to just have more to do more. And that's all good. So there are a lot of different strategies that we can take to have our money work for us. Now, sometimes there are savings strategies that help our money to work for us. Sometimes there are strategies where we invest our money to work for us, right? Sometimes there are strategies in which we go ahead and we, and the investments, because I know I just said invest, but there's different investments, right? So sometimes the investment requires an output of money to actually gain more because you're buying something. Sometimes the investment means you're putting that money away and you can't touch it for a while so it can build in a certain investment product. Sometimes that means you are continually depositing money so it can grow or build or compound, right? But each of these strategies, each of these opportunities require, again, back to square one, an ability to think different. Think different. If you're too tight with your money, it's not going to go well. If you're too scared with your money, it's not going to go well. If you have emotions and judgments around doing these types of things, it's not going to go well. So we want to look at all of this to know that first there's hope. We can make money with our money. We can do things with our money that will help us to make more money. But we do have to have the right thinking. We have to continue to learn, and we have to be aware of what those benefits are and why we're doing this. Because when we get into making these decisions, fear will arise. Fear will arise around, oh man, should I pay that much for this, or should I take that on? Or, oh man, should I lock my money up for, this period of time so it can compound in this investment vehicle? Or, oh man, even the other example, oh man, should I, pay for additional help so that I can, settle more, get more contracts? Because that feels scary. Now I'm paying for something I didn't expect to pay for, right? So we have to navigate these areas. So some of the things that I have enjoyed success in regards to having my money make my money have definitely been stocks, have definitely been savings strategies, have definitely been real estate strategies, have definitely been timing in terms of when I buy things. There are a lot of different strategies out there, and there are even more than that. Again, it's a continued learning process, right? So there is asset protection, all kinds of wonderful things. But the point here is that getting help is very important because things always change. So the investment vehicles may be things you've heard about, like you've heard about the stock market, you've heard about real estate, but within those things are always changing. And that's specifically with investments and how to choose investments and what you want to do to put your money to work for you. But then there's also the constant things I mentioned in regards to how you feel. How you feel. Is fear coming up? Do you know why you would want to do this? Can you afford to do this? What can you afford to do? What would be the best thing to do right now? How can you maximize what you have? What are some ways that you can navigate the emotional and mental landscape or the blocks that you have to even start to consider this? What are some resources to help you get access to the information that you're interested in getting, and so on, right? So this is why getting help is important and why getting help is of value. In my own case, I have definitely gotten coached for a number of things in regards to this particular topic. So I've gotten coaching, like actual coaching for my mental, emotional blocks around this. I've gotten coaching to be more savvy in money and investments and wealth building. I've gotten coaching to then get more specific help on the strategies I have utilized to understand them more and to make some strong, good decisions. And there are still more, because as we continue to climb, then we enter into new arenas that require different steps that we need to learn about or that we need help with. So I have a business coaching program, and that is specifically for solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and small business owners. You may also fully enjoy my business coaching program if you are self-employed and really seeking ways to just get more organized with your time, have your dollar stretch farther, get access to things that could expand your impact, your business, your visibility, things of that nature. Okay. I have a great business coaching program where we definitely dive into these things around money, around business, around greater impact, around how we can make things stretch, what we can do to organize and get that together. Now, if you're in the camp where you really just want to feel better and start to awaken and get over these emotional blocks that are coming up for you around this topic, I would recommend my life coaching program, because that can definitely help to really start to navigate how you're feeling around money and ways you can kind of launch off. You might say, hey, I don't have a small business, but I do have a desire to get over these blocks that I've got. And so I recommend that to you. When it comes to making money with your money, there is hope. It is possible. It is not just a dream or some random thing being spoken about on social media. This is a very real practice that is constantly practiced by people that are rich, that are then wealthy, that are financially free. And this is something that I believe, no matter where we are in our belief system around how to do it, I truly believe that all of us want to be financially free, want to be able to feel comfortable and confident around the money that we have, around what it's going to do, and around us being able to afford our lives and live well without being strapped, undone, and just left out in the cold because of some circumstance of life. So making money with your mind. Oh, it's a phenomenal topic, and there are so much more. So be sure to subscribe to Your Best Podcast, because you know we get into it here, and reach out to me at bestlifecoaching.online. I'm Teemaree, your best life coach. This is Your Best Podcast, and I can't wait to see you next week, where you know we're going to deliver more of your best. See you soon. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to subscribe and visit teemaree.com/free for more goodness.